Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Cape May Courthouse for Cape Atlantic League basketball on this Friday night as Middle Township gets set to take on Mainland. Time now for the presentation of colors and the national anthem. Then we'll get you set up with starters and the opening tip-off. Mike Frankel on the call with you tonight. Ethan Lees, Nathan McMaster, Andrew Lee on our cameras here tonight for this Cape Atlantic League clash as Middle Township gets set to take on Mainland. Mainland comes in with a mark of 5-6 on the season under head coach Dan Feld, coming off a victory out of conference over Central Regional 57-51 earlier this week. Middle Township starting to put things together after a slow start to the season. The Panthers come in with a mark of 5-3 under head coach Lamar Greer, winning a thriller earlier in the week. Double overtime victory on the road at St. Augustine. 81-78 was the final in that one. A big night tonight as well, as Middle gets 2 players eligible. 2 transfers will be in uniform and should see action for the first time here tonight. Starters being introduced for both teams. Mainland starters were just introduced. Those starters are Cole Stefano, Trent Resch, Braden Sinclair, Sean Burke, and Colt Russo for Mainland. And now for the hometown Panthers. Starting 5 will be Mason Morawski, Angelo Panzini, Kanye Perkins, Chase Moore, and Alex Daniel, the Wildwood Catholic transfer. First night he's eligible, along with Jaleo Wakefield, who will see action off of the bench. And for Daniel, it could be an extra special night, as his first night in uniform for Middle could be the night he reaches 1,000 career points. Spending his freshman year at Wildwood, the last 2 at Wildwood Catholic, he enters the night needing just 6 points to reach 1,000 for his career. Mainland will be dressed in the road whites with the orange, check that, green numerals, obviously, and the green trim. Middle Township in the black home uniforms with the orange numerals and orange trim, as we're just about set for the opening tip-off here tonight. Middle Township will be moving left to right on your screen in this first half. Mainland the opposite way, right to left, for this Friday night Cape Atlantic League battle. And we're underway here in Courthouse as Alex Daniel gets his first touch as a Panther. Morawski will try a deep 3 and drill it. So a good start there for Middle. Mainland basketball now. Here's in the high post, it's Russo. Up top, Burke into the corner now. Sinclair swings it back up top. The drive, the floater rejected by Perkins. Here comes middle the other way. Chase Moore, Morowski trying to go 2 for 2. Too strong that time. Moore the rebound. Quick pass, Perkins left it short. The tip in is good. 5-0 Middle Township. We're a minute in here. Swing to the wing. Now up top. Russo left open for 3 from the corner, and he hits. So the Mustangs get on the board thanks to Colt Russo. Panzini in the corner. Only sophomore in the starting 5 here tonight. Daniel spins, kind of lost his footing, and he traveled. Couldn't get the footwork right on that one, and we go the other way. Middle Township showing some full court pressure here. They get it in. Stefano picks up his dribble in the backcourt, gets it across to Russo. Russo going against Daniel. Swing to the wing. That's Burke. Near side now, Ben Steinberg. So Steinberg obviously in the starting 5. We were given a little bit of misinformation as to who the starting 5 was, but Steinberg gets the start. Russo in the corner. Wide open, deep 3 on the way from Burke, and he hits. So Mainland with a couple of threes, and the Mustangs take their first lead of the game, and now here's a steal, 3-on-2. The spin, the kick. Nice pass down low, and a layup for Braden Sinclair off the feed from Steinberg. So Mainland on the run here as Middle looks to answer. About 3 minutes in, Mustangs lead it 8-5. Morowski catches, doubled in the low post, gets it out to Chase Moore. That long step, the runner won't go. Stefano, another deep 3 on the way from Burke, and that one is good. Sean Burke feeling it from the outside. 11-5 Mainland. Morowski kicks, Moore, 3. Daniel, the offensive rebound. His first 2 points as a Panther. So Alex now 4 points away from 1,000 career points. Those first 2 in a Middle Township uniform. Dallas Rao, Mainland's top player, coming off the bench tonight. He's getting set to check in the next whistle. Meanwhile, Mustangs with the basketball. Russo. Pass up top. Here's Steinberg. Sinclair picks up his dribble near the free throw line. Good patience here from the Stangs. And now taken away, Kanye Perkins the other way, and the flush. The junior Perkins fires up the crowd. Middle within 2. Corner, Sinclair back up top. Here's Burke, cut off by Perkins. Dribble handoff, Steinberg. Russo from the wing, spinning, lost his footing, and he traveled. Changes for both teams, in fact. We mentioned Rao in off the bench. He's Mainland's top scorer. And now the first action for Jaleo Wakefield. Spending most of last season as a starter at St. Augustine. He's handling the ball now for Middle. Moore, Morowski, a healthy 3, too strong. Long rebound to the corner, Moore hustled, threw it off a Mainland player, but the Mustangs retain possession. Steinberg, able to get it to Burke. 3 minutes left in the first. Mainland on top, 11-9. Backdoor cut. Pass too far in front that time for Steinberg as the Stangs turn it over. Wakefield brings it across from middle. Perkins, Wakefield, Daniel, baseline jumper, left it short, and that hit the top of the backboard. So possession to Mainland. Change here as Luke Kerrigan hops into the lineup for the Stangs. He replaces Steinberg. Stefano gets it across. Burke, guarded by Perkins. Burke, a couple of threes so far here in this first quarter. Thought about the backdoor pass, now drives baseline, cut off. Top of the key, taken away, easy steal, Morawski, one-on-one. Mason, the big stride, Glass, too strong. Putback, no. Second putback, yes. Daniel, another bucket. He's now 2 points away from 1,000 for his career. Burke, Glass, and a good answer there from Sean Burke. He's got 8 points to lead all scorers here in the first. Morawski drives, and that's a travel. Mikey Farrow checks into the lineup for Middle Township, the junior. As Mason Morawski gets a breather. 1:56 remaining here in the first. Back and forth opening quarter here from Cape May Courthouse. Kerrigan, here comes the double. He's kind of straddling the midcourt line. And a steal. Farrow comes up with it. Farrow ahead to Daniel. Alex Daniel, and he's fouled. So Daniel will go to the free throw line where he'll have an opportunity to reach 1,000 if he can hit both. Daniel hits the first. Now sitting at 999 career points between his action at Wildwood and Wildwood Catholic. Trying for 1,000. Now as a Middle Township Panther, in and out. So he'll have to wait for that. Here comes Mainland the other way. Left open, deep three, Burke. That one won't go. Rao, the athletic putback, but it won't fall. Here's Wakefield, quickly the other way, changing gears. Now he slows a bit. Top of the key, Perkins, pump, got his man in the air, kick to the corner. Daniel for three, and there it is. Alex Daniel pouring in the points here in this first quarter as he surges over 1,000 career points for his career. So we'll stop action to honor the accomplishment. Here come the balloons and the cheerleaders and the banner. Daniel's been waiting his turn this season, having to wait 30 days, the NJSIAA transfer rule, and getting right to work here in this first quarter. 8 of Middle Township's 15 points. And that three puts him over 1,000 for his career. A nice moment here as his family comes out to snap some pictures. Commemorative basketball there as well. Head coach Lamar Greer hops in to grab his cell phone as well to take some pictures. And great sportsmanship, obviously, here from Mainland to allow the game to be stopped. So it's been an interesting high school journey for Daniel. We mentioned freshman starter, major minutes at Wildwood, 2 years at Wildwood Catholic, and now a member of the Middle Township Panthers. Had to wait to start his senior year, but making up for lost time in a hurry. All right, so we'll get back to the action here. We reset, 1:15 remaining in the first quarter. That Daniel three, putting Middle Township back on top, 15-13. And obviously Stangs basketball after the made field goal. Stefano working against Farrow, gets it across. Here's Burke, cut off by Wakefield. Up top, Russo looking for options. Swing it near side. Here's Kerrigan, back up top, Burke. Kerrigan guarded by Perkins. Here's Dallas Rao, still seeking his first points of the night. Elbow jumper contested, tough shot, gets his own miss, springs back up and gets two. Quickly the other way, Farrow catches near the arc. Top of the key now, Daniel. Here's Moore, 30 seconds remaining. Farrow thought about a three. Perkins back to the basket along the baseline. Out to Daniel, he'll try another three. That one won't go, the tip by Moore, another tip, Perkins for two. So Perkins has 15 seconds for Mainland to work with. Stangs can tie or go in front to close out the first with a three. Down to 7 seconds though. Stangs in trouble on the baseline. The wraparound pass bounces out of bounds. So Middle Township basketball 2.2 as the Panthers will have to hurry to get a shot off. To Moore, two. Half-court heave a little early and it almost went anyway. An entertaining first quarter here on Tom Farraco Court. After 8 minutes of play, Middle Township leads Mainland 17-15. Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by Victorious Boutique in Cape May. Amanda Milstead, Sotheby's International Realty. Penn Jersey Building Materials. Sue White, Hub International Insurance. And by Panthers in Action. Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by ULMER'S Appliance Repair. By 7 Mile Pies. By the Bellevue Tavern. By Haven House. By Corrado Painting. And by MENZ Coastline Realty. Second quarter about to begin here in Cape May Courthouse. Middle Township leading Mainland 17-15 after one. Alex Daniel and Jaleo Wakefield both eligible, both transferring in. First game tonight, and already 1,000 career points for Daniel. Mainland basketball to begin the second. Adam Wabash onto the court for Middle for the first time. Looks like the Panthers switch to a zone look here to begin the second. Here's Kerrigan, guarded by Wakefield, skip pass. Russo along the baseline, 3 bodies down there, rejected by Perkins. Mainland keeps it, 3 on the way, too strong that time from Burke. Another opportunity, backdoor wide open, and the layup down there from Luke Kerrigan. That ties the game at 17. Wabash left open, he'll fire and hit. So a different role for Adam Wabash here tonight. He's been starting many games so far this season, coming off the bench. Some instant offense there. Middle back on top. Mainland trying to answer. Rao the putback. Second bucket of the night for Dallas Rao. Wabash near side. Here's Moore. Farrow, he'll try for 3. That one won't go. Moore, the offensive rebound. Contact, no call. Perkins can't finish. Here comes Mainland the other way with some numbers. Burke lays it off. And no finish on the back end of that as Stefano couldn't convert. Here's Moore back the other way. Nice look down low to Farrow and one. First field goal of the night from Mikey Farrow. Off of the dime from Chase Moore as the junior Farrow goes to the line to try and complete the 3-point play. Johnny Franchini checks in for Mainland, senior. Morawski back into the lineup for middle, along with Daniel. Farrow, no good on the free throw, nearly an offensive rebound. Mainland digs it out. Here's Kerrigan. Stangs trailing by 3. Certainly hanging in there and then some here in this first half on the road, though. That ball last touched by middle. It'll stay with the Stangs. Steinberg to inbound, gets it in Franchini. Here's Dallas Rao. Gets to a spot, shot, too strong. Daniel, another rebound. Alex pushing into the corner. Farrow, corner 3 is good. So Farrow with 5 off of the assist there from Daniel. And Middle Township leads by 6. Poked away by Morawski. Mason off the other way, and he lays it in. Timeout, Mainland. Middle Township is on the run here. Morawski now with 5, largest lead of the night for the Panthers, as they're on top 27-19. Panther live streams on the Middle Township Athletics YouTube channel, brought to you in part by the Bellevue Tavern in Cape May Courthouse. Located at 9 South Main Street in historic downtown Cape May Courthouse, the Bellevue Tavern is open for lunch and dinner and is also ready to host your next private party. By ULMER'S Appliance Repair. For all of your household appliance repair needs, call ULMER'S Appliance Repair, 609-368-4444. By Penn Jersey Building Materials, your South Jersey home for concrete and concrete accessories. Penn Jersey offers a variety of products for both the professional and the do-it-yourselfer. Locations throughout New Jersey are easily accessible, and new products are introduced weekly. Visit penn-jersey.net for more information and a list of their locations. CORRADO Painting is an MTHS alumni owner-operated company with talented long-term employees known for their attention to detail and clean work environment. Since 2009, their courteous and professional painters have been servicing residential and commercial clients in Cape May County. Call 609-602-7807 for more information. Mainland basketball out of the timeout. Some three-quarter court pressure here from the Panthers. Stangs need to get it across here. They do. Here comes the trap. Burke works out of it. Skip past Steinberg, drives baseline. Top of the key, Burke. Picks up his dribble near the elbow. Gets it out. Here's Stefano. Rao with a catch along the baseline. Picks up his dribble. Middle making things uncomfortable offensively for Mainland right now. Swarming on D. Mainland finds the open man down low, though, and that's an offensive foul. Dan Feld can't believe it, but they're going to get Colt Russo on the offensive foul, and that's his second personal. Second team foul for Mainland here in the second. Middle has not committed a foul in this period. Daniel up top, Wabesh. Here's Wakefield. Morawski thought about a 3. Into the corner, Wakefield drives baseline. Reverse layup is good. So Jaleo Wakefield's first points of the season for Middle Township. Middle's lead in double digits for the first time tonight. They lead by 10. This will be a backcourt violation. Another turnover from Mainland. Chase Moore back into the lineup for Middle. And for the Mustangs, Braden Sinclair returns. Farrow to the bench for the Panthers. Russo to the bench for the Mustangs. Franchini also back into the lineup as he replaces Ben Steinberg. Here's Moore. Sheds his defender. Again, that long stride. Can't finish, though. Left it a little bit short. Burke on the bounce the other way. Into the corner, Franchini. Had trouble catching it, but then he launches for three and hits. So a triple for the senior, Johnny Franchini. Here's Daniel. Size advantage in the post. He'll use it. Gets to a spot. Left hand good. The soft touch there from the big fella. He's in double digits with 10. Backdoor cut here. Stefano works it back up top. Burke thought about a three. Franchini around that screen, and he traveled. Panzini and Perkins back into the lineup for Middle Township. Wakefield, Wabash get a breather. Moralski. Fade, that's a tough shot. Can't hit. Rebound cleared there by Burke. Burke into the front court. Here's Rowell. Doubled. Burke, corner. Spinning. Shoots. No good. The putback also no good. Perkins the rebound. A near steal here. Daniel has it though. And they're going to say he traveled. Took a step before he put that dribble down. Wakefield quickly back into the lineup. He replaces Chase Moore. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the first. Franchini working against Moralski. Rowell on the elbow. Here's Sinclair. Looking for Rowell. Double team, Franchini. They find Rowell in the corner. Three on the way. Good. So Dallas Rowell, again, coming off of the bench tonight, but he's got 7. Mainland back within 6. Panzini up top. Moralski had trouble catching it. Able to gather before it goes into the backcourt. Into the corner, Wakefield. Nice look, Daniel. One more. Panzini, 3. Down it goes. Great ball movement there from the Panthers. Panzini's first points of the evening. All of a sudden, with these two transfers, this becomes a very deep Middle Township team. Open three from the other corner, no good there. Off the mark was Sinclair, and Middle Township with the rebound. Under 2 to go in the half. Here's Panzini, around a screen from Perkins. Picks up his dribble, looking for some help here, gets it back to Daniel. And Wakefield traveled. So another turnover there for Middle. Panthers still lead this one 34-25. Franchini to work it across for the Stangs. Here's Burke, around a screen on the wing. Trying to go pick and roll, it was cut off. Rowell, top of the key. Working against Wakefield, back over to Burke. Thought about a very long three. Perkins extends the defense. Franchini will try another triple. That one barely glancing off of the rim there. Here comes Daniel the other way. Picks up his dribble. Back to Panzini. Panzini down low. Perkins gets to the block. Pump, contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. So 2 free throws coming here for Kanye Perkins. Panther live streams on the Middle Township Athletics YouTube channel, brought to you in part by ULMER'S Appliance Repair, by 7 Mile Pies, by the Bellevue Tavern, by Haven House, by Ty MENZ Coastline Realty, by Victorious Boutique in Cape May, by Amanda Milstead, Sotheby's International Realty, by Penn Jersey Building Materials, by Sue White Hub International Insurance, by Panthers in Action, and by Corrado Painting. Perkins gets the bounce, 1 for 2 on that trip. He's now up to 7 points. 37 seconds remaining. Mainland with the basketball, down by 10. Kerrigan holding. Now he's on the move to his right. Into the corner. Burke. Rowell. Rises, fires, good. So Dallas Rowell doing his best to keep Mainland in the game. He's got 9 off the bench. 12 seconds, Middle holding for 1. Here comes the screen. Panzini still on the move, and he walked. So the Mustangs will get an opportunity for the final shot here. Farrow quickly back up off the bench, replaces Panzini. Gives Middle Township a little more length here as they try to get a stop. Rowell has it, 5 seconds to go. Down to 4, 3. Again, an early shot from midcourt, and again, it almost goes, but it's off the back iron. So an entertaining first half here in Cape May Courthouse, and the hometown Panthers are in front of the break as Middle Township leads Mainland 35-27. Stay with us, second half action still to come. Why Middle Township High School? Because Middle makes a difference. In the classroom, educators at Middle motivate. When it comes to the arts, our Panthers perform. Middle's Navy cadets take command. On the field and on the court, Middle Township Panthers play to win. Everyone's story is unique at Middle Township. In fact, diversity is our strength. Panthers are prepared for the next steps after high school. So why Middle Township High School? Because Middle makes a difference. The Panther experience. It's not just 4 years, it's for life.
Middle Township High School.
It's not just 4 years,
it's for life.
We are Middle Township.
We are Middle Township.
Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by Victorious Boutique in Cape May, Amanda Milstead, Sotheby's International Realty, Penn Jersey Building Materials, Sue White Hub International Insurance, and by Panthers in Action. Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by ULMER'S Appliance Repair, by 7 Mile Pies, by the Bellevue Tavern, by Haven House, by CORRADO Painting, and by MENZ Coastline Realty. Halftime here in Cape May Courthouse. Middle Township leads Mainland 35-27. Panthers led by 2 after 1 before extending that lead in the second quarter. Wildwood Catholic transfer Alex Daniel reaching 1,000 career points back in the first quarter. Daniel leading Middle Township at the break with 10 overall. Kanye Perkins has 7. Morawski has 5 along with Farrow. And 3 points apiece from Wabash as well as Panzini. And Jaleo Wakefield, the other transfer eligible tonight, has 2. For Mainland so far, off of the bench, Dallas Rao leading the way with 9. Sean Burke, a hot first quarter. He has 8. Other scorers for Mainland so far, Colt Russo with 3. Johnny Franchini with 3. Kerrigan with 2. Sinclair with 2. Middle Township coming off a thrilling double overtime win at St. Augustine earlier in the week. 81-78 the final in that one. Quick turnaround for Middle as well, as they will play against Camden Catholic tomorrow up at Paul Sixth High School. So 2 games in less than 24 hours for the Panthers. Mike Franco on the call with you tonight. Ethan Lees, Nathan McMaster, and Andrew Lee on our cameras. And it'll be Middle Township basketball to begin the second half. Panthers in their home black uniforms, moving right to left. Mainland in the road whites, moving left to right. And we're underway here in the third. Panzini with the basketball. Sophomore point guard finds Perkins. Mainland switching to a zone look here to begin the second half. That means an open 3 for Perkins, and he connects. So Perkins into double digits. He had that thunderous fast break dunk in the first half. He's now up to 10. Russo. Burke, and his pass sails out of bounds. Intended for Steinberg, just put way too much on it, and it goes into the 7th row. Perkins on the wing, dribble handoff Moore. Hangs, finds Morawski. Drives, kicks, 3, Daniel. That one too strong. Rao didn't start the game, does start the second half. Picked up the rebound there. Mainland with some numbers for a moment, now they wait. Poked away by Morawski, another steal for Mason. 2-on-2 here. Hesitates, kicks to the corner, Panzini. Did well to just keep that in bounds, and then his pass deflected out. Last touch there by Burke. Into the corner, Morawski. Back to Panzini. Comes Daniel, screen for Moore, pick and roll. Moore gets downhill and gets 2. First bucket of the night for Chase. And the largest lead of the evening for Middle, as the Panthers now lead by 13. Just about 2 minutes gone by here in the third. Stangs get it across, pass over the top to Steinberg, whip to the corner, Burke. His 3 won't go, but now it does. The high bounce, and it falls through. So Burke into double digits for the Mustangs. He has 11. Shooter's touch there. Panzini, nice look down low. Kanye Perkins, no room, whips it out. Morawski. Now the Panthers will reset. Panzini, cut off, pump, wide open Daniel. 3 on the way, won't go. Mainland the rebound. Here comes Stefano, crosses over, down the lane, and left it short. Panzini ahead to Moore. Steps into a 3, and Chase Moore with the triple. So all 5 of Moore's points here in the third, as Middle again leads by 13. Burke thought about a 3, kicks it out. Backdoor look to Burke, and a nice finish near the rim. Check that, that was Dallas Rao on the finish, as Rao now has 11 to match Burke. Those two leading the way for Mainland. Perkins looking for Morawski. They'll say last touched by Mainland. Steinberg disagrees over there. He thinks it went off of Morawski's foot. Franchini re-enters for Mainland. He replaces Steinberg. Daniel catches off of the inbound. Into the corner, Morawski. Back to Daniel, directing traffic. He's got Perkins in the post. They feed him. Perkins, tough fadeaway in the lane. He left it short. Rao the rebound, ahead to Franchini. Approaching the midway point here of the third. Rao kicks corner. Franchini circles back to the top. Rao hangs. That shot is long. Morawski the rebound. Looking for more. Has to dribble around Franchini, and then that pass too far out in front for Panzini. Wakefield returns here for the first time in the second half for Middle as Panzini goes to the bench. Stefano gets it across, lays it off to Burke. Here comes the double. Over the top, Franchini. Taken away in the lane. Morawski ahead to Moore. Guarded by Rao, the long stride, and two more. Chase had to play a little bit of receiver there as that ball bounced. Then he had to kind of line his feet up and catch it on the move. Rao couldn't catch him, and it's two more for Chase. Burke, the floater, back iron, no good. Moore, another rebound. Numbers ahead to Morawski. Guarded by Franchini, the spin, and the easy lay. So Morawski with two more. He's up to 7. Timeout on the floor taken by Mainland as Middle starts to really pull away here. Panthers lead 47-32. Panther live streams on the Middle Township Athletics YouTube channel are brought to you in part by the Bellevue Tavern and Cape May Courthouse, located at 9 South Main Street in historic downtown Cape May Courthouse. The Bellevue Tavern is open for lunch and dinner and is also ready to host your next private party. By ULMER'S Appliance Repair for all of your household appliance repair needs. Call ULMER'S Appliance Repair at 609-368-4444. By Penn Jersey Building Materials, your South Jersey home for concrete and concrete accessories. Penn Jersey offers a variety of products for both the professional and the do-it-yourselfer. Locations throughout New Jersey are easily accessible, and new products are introduced weekly. Visit penn-jersey.net for more information and a list of their locations. So here's Mainland out of the timeout. Stangs doing their best to hang in there here tonight. They led for a large stretch of the first quarter, but it's really been mostly Middle since. Russo into the post, and a nice soft touchdown there from Rao. So Dallas is up to 13 points. Back to a 13-point margin. Moore, he'll try a three and get the roll. Chase Moore on fire here in the third. He's got all 10 of his points in the period. Three on the way, won't go, poked out. Burke with that miss. Perkins the rebound, 2 players there. Wakefield tips it to Moore, and Moore finishes. So Chase outscoring Mainland by himself here in the third. Franchini, another 3 for Johnny Franchini, his second of the night. The senior has 6. Again, Middle with a comfortable lead with the Stangs doing their best to battle. Daniel finds the open Morowski. 3 on the way. That one is short. Franchini the rebound. Picks up his dribble, gets it over to Rao. Rao working against Moore. Gives it up. Here's Kerrigan into the corner now for Russo. And Burke gets a touch. Skip past Rao. Quick 3 on the way. Dallas Rao having a big game tonight. Mainland back within 12. We approach 1 minute to go. Perkins left open, top of the key, trying to answer, and he does. Perkins up to 13. The lead back up to 15. Under a minute remaining in the period. Russo gets to the baseline, powers it up, gets it to go and one. So Colt Russo's first field goal since the first quarter. Clock stops with 49.6 remaining in the third. 2 changes here for Middle as Farrow and Wabesh return to the lineup. Perkins, Morowski to the bench. Russo completes the 3-point play. So Colt has 6. Again, a 12-point margin. Here's Farrow. Daniel catches in the corner. Backing his man down. Whips it to the corner. Wakefield for 3. In and out. That ball last touched by Mainland. It'll stay with the Panthers. Moore to trigger here, baseline out of bounds. Looking for Wabesh, the catch and the finish. That play run to perfection from the Panthers. Wabesh with 5 off of the bench tonight. 22 seconds remaining for Mainland. Russo, kick to the corner, one more. Franchini, too strong on that 3. Offensive rebound, Mainland. Franchini has it, 12 seconds remaining. Skip pass, Kerrigan. Picks up his dribble. 6 seconds remaining. Kerrigan down to 4, 3. Burke to beat the buzzer, and he left it short. And that's how the third quarter comes to an end as Middle continues to pull away little by little. Going to the fourth, the Panthers lead it 57-43. Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by Victorious Boutique in Cape May, Amanda Milstead, Sotheby's International Realty, Penn Jersey Building Materials, Sue White Hub International Insurance, and by Panthers in Action. Middle Township basketball live streams brought to you in part by ULMER'S Appliance Repair, by 7 Mile Pies, by the Bellevue Tavern, by Haven House, by MENZ, Coastline Realty, by Victorious Boutique in Cape May, by Amanda Milstead, Sotheby's International Realty, by Penn Jersey Building Materials, by Sue White Hub International Insurance, by Panthers in Action, and by Corrado Painting. So we go to the fourth, Middle Township on top, 57-43. Good debut for Daniel so far. He's got 10, along with Wakefield. He's got 2 points so far here tonight. Mustangs basketball to begin the fourth. Here's Steinberg working against Farrow. Tough pass to the corner, caught by Burke, picks up his dribble, nearly taken away. Middle swarming on defense. Mainland continues to find the open man. This time it's Rao. That shot blocked, if not altered, in the lane. Moore trying to dig it out. Mainland comes up with it. Looking for Burke. Had a layup for a second. Couldn't catch it cleanly. Wild play here. Shot short. And Middle finally claims the rebound and calms things down. It's Wakefield, Perkins, Moore, Wabash, Farrow on the floor here for middle. And another traveling violation there against Wakefield. Russo top of the key, near side now. Burke into the lane, acrobatic layup, couldn't finish. Moore the rebound, the crossover. Ahead to Wabash, too strong there from the senior. Farrow crashing into the paint, gives it up to Moore, and the short little runner no good. Moore gets it back. We'll see if they say he was in the act of shooting, and they do. So it'll be Chase Moore to the line to shoot a pair. Senior laden team here, especially with Daniel joining the action for Middle Township, but Moore has been the senior who's spent the most time on the floor. Starter in his freshman year, playing a key role the last couple seasons as well. Hits the first. He's got all 13 of his points here in this second half. Make it 14. Burke, he'll try a three. That one is short. Kyle Mick on the floor for the first time for the Panthers. Dallas Rowell, another bucket. So Rowell leads all scorers with 18. As we've been saying, doing his best to keep the Stangs in the game. Here's Moore around a screen up top. Back to Wabash. Now here's Farrow. Cut off by Rowell. Moore gets the step, fading to the corner, and he'll get two more free throws. That is the fourth personal foul on Colt Russo. Second team foul here in the fourth for Mainland. Braden Sinclair returns to the lineup. Russo to the bench with those 4 fouls. Panzini getting set to return. Looks like he will replace Moore. Two more for Chase Moore. A team-high 16 points, again, all in the first 10 minutes of this second half. Mainland works it out of the corner. Rowell up top. Steinberg. Swing it near side. And finishing through the contact that time was Sean Burke. Burke's up to 13 points. Mick with a touch for middle over to Farrow. Wabash in the post. Works his way out to the corner. Back out to Wakefield. Guarded closely by Rowell. Here comes the screen around it. Wabash out to Panzini. Wakefield gets the step, hangs, hits. So Jaleo Wakefield showing the burst there. He's got 4 in his debut this season for middle. Burke drives, goes glass, and it spins in. So Sean Burke with the finish. And timeout taken by Mainland. It comes with 4:47 remaining in the game. And Middle Township leading 63-49. Mainland coming off of that victory over Central Regional, 57-51. Mustangs' 5th win of the season. Both of these teams quick turnaround as they're both in action tomorrow. Mainland will play at Millville against Cumberland. So the Mustangs will travel to the home of the Thunderbolts to take on the Colts. And then, as we mentioned earlier, Middle Township back in action as well tomorrow at the Paul VI Showcase Tournament, where they'll take on Camden Catholic. It's an Irish team that nearly won a non-public A state title a year ago, but different look this season, returning just one starter from that team. Mainland trying to apply the pressure here, trying to double where they can. Rowell against Wakefield. Wakefield goes by him. Panzini, 3 on the way. Back iron, too strong. Mainland the rebound. Sinclair left open near the free throw line, and he hits. Sinclair's second field goal of the night. Back down to a 12-point game. Wakefield picks up his dribble, in some trouble now, and has to call a timeout. So timeout taken by Middle. Looks like Perkins and Daniel will re-enter when play resumes here. Just about 4 minutes left in the fourth. Panther live streams on the Middle Township Athletics YouTube channel, brought to you in part by ULMER'S Appliance Repair. For all of your household appliance repair needs, call ULMER'S Appliance Repair, 609-368-4444. Also brought to you by CORRADO Painting, an MTHS alumni owner-operated company with talented long-term employees known for their attention to detail and clean work environment. Since 2009, their courteous and professional painters have been servicing residential and commercial clients in Cape May County. Call 609-602-7807 for further information. So it is Daniel and Perkins re-entering on the floor, along with Farrow, Wakefield, and Panzini. Wakefield guarded closely by Rowell. Now gets some separation. Daniel to Farrow, into the posts. Perkins backing his man down, and they say charge. So Sinclair draws the charge there. And Mainland still fighting in this thing. Under 4 to go, but a chance with a 3 to trim it to single digits. Quickly, it's most of the starters back on the floor here for Middle. Morowski, Moore, Daniel, Perkins. The only non-starter right now, Wakefield, in for Panzini. The blow by from Rowell. A lot of contact, and that's a charge the other way. So Wakefield putting his body on the line. So back-to-back charges. And basketball back to Middle. Again, some three-quarter court zone pressure here. Middle breaks it with ease into the corner. Morowski, 3 on the way. Down it goes. So Morowski, the third Middle Township player to reach double digits tonight. He has 10. Franchini quickly back the other way. Shovel pass out to Burke. Burke behind the back. Poked away. Ball loose on the floor. 2 players vying for it. It's a jump ball. And possession arrow to the Panthers. I believe the first jump ball of the night, if I'm not mistaken. Certainly haven't been many. Wakefield gets the step to the corner. This time the fake, the drive. Looking for more. Reestablished on the court. Finds Wakefield. That one too strong. Long rebound here to Sinclair. Slows it down to Burke. 3 minutes remaining. Burke drives. Gets it to go and 1. So Sean Burke up to 17 points. The clock stops with 2:57 remaining. First personal foul on Chase Moore. And Burke to the line to shoot 1. Again, Mainland refusing to go away altogether. Still just a 12-point game. Still work to do for the Panthers. Daniel gets it across. Hands off to Wakefield. Perkins had a man open down low. Passes tipped. Still has it. finds Moore in the corner. The pump. Perkins, one more up top. Daniel steps into a three. Too strong. Moore the rebound. Kind of the off-balance putback, left it short. Here comes Mainland the other way. It's Burke. Cut off by Daniel, and the shot was wild. Glass and nothing else. Here's Wakefield. Into the post for Perkins. They clear for him. Turns, and he was fouled on the way up. So Kanye to the free throw line to shoot two. Clock stops with 2:04 remaining. Second personal foul on Sean Burke. That's the fourth team foul on Mainland. So Middle will be shooting free throws the rest of the way here in the fourth. Perkins up to 14 points tonight. Chase Moore leading the way with 16, as we've talked about, all of them coming in the second half. Perkins hits a pair. Time starting to run out for Mainland. 2 minutes remaining. Here's Rao. Burke. Dribble handoff. Stefano. Into the corner. Sinclair, one more. Pass was low. Scooped up and dug out. Franchini. Pump fake for three. Rao. Step back three. And he hits it. So Dallas Rao, the first player past 20 points. He's got 21. Again, off of the bench tonight. The lead is 11. Just 1:25 remaining, though. Perkins with the catch. Now Wakefield holds on the wing. Down low, Daniel. And his pass taken away. Here comes Mainland the other way. Rao rises, and he's fouled on the way up by Wakefield. Thumbs up from head coach Lamar Greer as Wakefield will make Rao try to earn it at the free throw line. Rao off on the first. And Long on the second as well. Mainland the offensive rebound. Franchini for three. And that hit the top of the backboard. So a missed opportunity there for Mainland. Still down by 11, 1:05 remaining. Moore has it, works it across. And he was fouled from behind. So Chase Moore to the free throw line to try and add to his total. Clock stops with 1:01 remaining. Middle Township trying to put the finishing touches on win number 6 of the season. Another brutal schedule, certainly non-conference schedule for Middle Township, as Lamar Greer wants his guys battle tested going into the playoffs. It's a Middle Township team that's made some deep runs in the last few years. Last two has run into Camden, though, and fallen short in the South Jersey final. As Moore hits 1 of 2, he's up to 17. 69-57, we're under a minute to go. Back to a zone for Middle. Mainland has to hurry here. Franchini one more. Back to him. Can't get a shot off, and the pass to no one. Burke looking for a teammate. That teammate had vacated the wing. And the pass just kind of went over to the Gatorade cooler. 43 seconds to go. Wakefield, the step. Not sure if Middle will be looking to attack here. More looking to kill the clock. Daniel into the corner. Perkins thought about a dunk before he pulled it out. And it looks like Mainland will say enough is enough. Dan Feld says no fouls. Still a 5-second count, though. So Middle continues to have to work the ball around. And it now looks like Mainland will be content to let Morawski hold it. So Mainland hangs in there all night long, but Middle Township just too much for the Mustangs. 69-57 your final. Scoring totals for Middle Township: Chase Moore, a team high 17, Perkins 15, Morawski 10, Daniel 10, including career point number 1,000 in the first quarter. Mikey Farrow had 5, Adam Wabash with 5, Wakefield with 4, Panzini with 3. In the loss for Mainland, outstanding effort for Dallas Rowell off the bench, a game high 21 points. Sean Burke, a big game, he had 18. Colt Russo with 6. Johnny Franchini with 6. Sinclair had 4. Kerrigan with 2. So Mainland falls to 5 and 7 with the loss. Again, back in action at Millville against Cumberland tomorrow. Middle stays hot as the Panthers move to 6 and 3. Quick turnaround as they'll play against Camden Catholic at Paul VI tomorrow. Now for our camera crew, Andrew Lee, Nathan McMaster, and Ethan Lees, I'm Mike Frankel saying so long from Cape May Courthouse, Middle Township, a winner over Mainland, 69-57.